Speaking of people looking at lengthy prison sentences, Young Thug and Gunna, that YSL RICO case, something different going on in your backyard, the A. Number one, did you know or do you know Thug and Gunna? And I want to get your thoughts on just lyrics and social media posts being used against people when they're looking at fighting for their life. Do you think that's fair? And then lastly, they treating these guys like, Pablo Escobar or something. They can't even get bond. What is your thoughts on this?
I'm gonna tell you something interesting, man. I got locked up one time, I got back from Germany, right? Police officer told me I was parked in the handicap, but I wasn't. I'm parked in a space, my tires in the handicap because the car before me was over, the car that was shifted. So my tire's on the handicap line, but I'm not in the space. He tells me sign the ticket. I sign it. He look at me and say, look here, that ain't your signature. I said, that's my signature. He said, well, I'm looking on the back of your license. It's not your signature. I said, that is. He said, well, I'm gonna give you one more time to sign this properly. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I signed, he said, all right, you going to jail. I said, what you mean? He said, because it doesn't match. I said, it's the same signature I just signed. He said, but that's neither one of those match what's on your ID. I said, bro, that's from when my signature never really changed on my license from when I got my learner's permit. You know what I'm saying? That's just my signature's changed. So long story short, takes me in the police car. As I'm riding, he says, so I know who you are. You a rapper, ain't you? I said, yeah. I said, but I'm also a Christian. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I'm a father, I'm a married man, right? They took me to the jail. He came back with lyrics, bro. He went and got one of the records I got with The Game and Jim Jones of my second album, Cutthroat. And he came back and read those lyrics to me and told me that's why he decided to arrest me. Dumbest shit in the world, but when I sat back and thought about it, I was like, damn. He ain't gonna think much of me because of the things that are coming out of my mouth. I think in Thug's situation, man, to tie it in, when you have allegations out there, strong allegations, when it touches on, murder, gang activity, I think somewhere in there you have to, you owe yourself a certain level of accountability, because when we out here in this world, it's like, everybody looking at you, the kids looking at you, the police looking at you, the politicians of your city looking at you, your haters looking at you, the motherfucking fans looking at you. And when you say certain things in your music, people are always gonna try to tie it in to an event. You understand what I'm saying? It's like right now when they say, oh, it's a sneak diss. What's a sneak diss? Why would we call something a sneak, the word sneak diss? Why do we call it sneak diss? Because you snuck it in there on us. But we would not call it a sneak diss if it was so sneaky that we couldn't acknowledge it, right? But if you could sneak it in there, but I acknowledge it, and I put two and two together and I could tell who you talking about, then it's a sneak diss. So that's what these prosecutors are using. The whole idea of not a sneak diss, but a sneak confession. That's what they looking for. Where you saying you do this, or you would do this, or you've done this, or you are capable of doing this. To them, it's like a confession. It's a confession. You're saying it to the world. Now, me personally, I sit back and I'm like, damn, this is not good. I say, but they're gonna try to make an example, and they're gonna take this. I don't want to use the word cookie, because when you use the word cookie, this is soft. This ain't no soft shit. This is some real shit right here. They're gonna take this cookie cutter, this dye, and stamp it out in our culture when it comes to the music. It's enough cats who saying gang, gang, mob, that you'll start hearing them say the word twin is gang related. What up, twin? You'll hear that because they're trying to decipher what's in your lyrics. And when it comes to let's be for real, man, we be so right there in the streets with shit, people gonna tie it to us. They're gonna tie it to us. You know what I'm saying? The level, the heightened level of criminal activity. They're gonna say, oh man, it's in the lyrics. Listen to what y'all telling these kids. I mean, because if you ask the average little cat right now run up on you, it's gonna be 1 out of 100 that's gonna come at you like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Everybody else gonna be gang, ops, slide, sticks, blicky, switch, kill your mama. And it's so sad, but that's what's going on. So these people are looking at like, you know what? Even if these charges don't stick with Thug and Gunna, you know what they're gonna say? They got their ass off the street for 7 months so some of this shit could die down. And then it sets an example for these other artists who say, oh, this shit real. Let me fall back with some of this shit, or let me get out the streets a little bit. Even if I ain't like gang affiliated or gang related, I'm so close to shit that shit could stick. Let me back up. Cause it's definitely got niggas with a different posture right now. Niggas joke like, hold on, let me not say gang, you know? Nah, that shit for real. Because when you start saying that shit, all some gotta do is pop up and you got it. Everything we do is recorded now. You can't do shit. You think you don't see nobody outside. It's 1,000 Ring cameras on the street. You did some shit, you get caught. You think you ain't doing that. Somebody sitting up filming their baby take his first steps and you in the background and you slap the shit out of somebody or bust somebody. They weren't trying to get you. They just happened to see it and kept the camera rolling. Big brother, the eye in the sky is everywhere right now. And I think that this will deter a lot of the criminal activity that's right there closely related to these hip hop artists. Because guess what? Niggas start looking up like, hey man, these people not playing. They send niggas down. Like, you know what kind of money Gunna and Thug done miss right now? They whole crew. We talking about these boys the cream of the crop right now. You know what I'm saying? They getting top dollar, top billing for whatever they do. That's a lot of money they don't have to give back. That's a lot of money they ain't gonna make. I mean, of course, they gonna get their stream, their royalties. They'll be straight for life. But don't nobody who really want to see them go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But then when you have people on the other side, and when I say the other side, when you have the families of victims who feel like these alleged artists are gang members and did cause these traumas in their life, they don't give a damn about no music no more. They don't give a damn if you the king in the streets, you know what I'm saying? They want justice for their loved ones who they believe may no longer be here because of y'all. So it's one of them things, man, I think cats need to really watch what they doing and what they saying, because it's a sweep, it's a roundup right now. I'm telling you, it's real. They snatching up whole crews. They snatching up the cousin who just drive the car now, you know what I mean? So I think it's unfortunate, but it's definitely gonna raise a lot of eyebrows, because you're gonna look up and there's gonna be more people with indictments, because people gonna start telling, and before you know it, the prosecutors of the city gonna feel like their job has been done. The community, when they start feeling like, wow, they ain't playing, they ain't scared. They really locking these people up for doing what these people gonna start feeling like there's a change. They're gonna start feeling like they winning, because they take a lot of that money out the streets. You know, these cats, they feed a lot of people. And that's why they putting the whole gang shit with it. I mean, we know how it go out here in the streets. Like if you my squad, if we YSL, and you grew up with me and you my boy and you get money, you move with me, we may not necessarily be a gang, but we move together. They automatically say that. You go to some cities, man, you can't even walk. Black people can't even walk in the mall in groups. I done been there. You can't wear hoodies in some cities in the mall. Y'all can't all have the same colors on in some malls. You can't come in there with flags in some malls in some cities, because they are so fearful of gangs and shit.